Everyone, welcome to the second part of the Seachem introduction. This one's going to go over some filtration media with a view to give you some product ideas as to what to put into your store to help you move up that ladder and up to the Seachem dealership levels from either bronze, silver, gold and so on. So a few of the products to look at if you're going to add some filtration media in are probably the ones that we have on this shelf. It's already some of the biggest sellers out there. Purigen, Phosguard, Matrix Carbon, Denitrate, and then the generic Matrix here as well. I'll do a quick 20 seconds on each product, give you some layman's terms information about what they are, how you can sell them, why it's going to help your customer, and hopefully if you're interested in adding these products in, it'll really help you with some sales, some information on the products, how to use them, how to sell them and so on. So we'll start at this end with the Matrix and the Denitrate. These are for your biofiltration. Two products which are obviously very similar in makeup. So I'll show you some of the products up close and you can have a look. First one is Seachem Matrix. So this is a porous media. Same as what you're going to use for your ceramic biomedia, plastic rings, sponge and so on, as you can see it there. And they also do denitrate, which I'll put next to it, which is obviously a lot smaller. They look physically the same, but they are slightly different in what they do. So Seachem Matrix would be what's going to replace your sintered glass, your ceramics, your rocks, anything where the bacteria will live. Just to give you a quick insight, 1 litre of Matrix is the equivalent surface area of 170 litres of plastic bio balls. So if you imagine you had one of these little 250ml tubs, put 170 of them next to it, that's what you're going to be able to reduce it down to. So that's what's going to convert all the organic waste through your cycles and dispose of your ammonias and your nitrates and so on. You then move on to your denitrate. If you put this in your system with the right flow rate, keep it in a canister filter, a small internal filter or reactor. It's good for fresh water or salt water. Run it below 200 litres per hour of flow, and that's going to then grow your low oxygen level bacteria or your denitrifying bacteria. That's the one that's going to help take your nitrates, turn it into nitrogen gas and escape out the system. Overall, it's going to help reduce nitrates, either for your shop systems or for your customers who are struggling with nitrate problems, doing water change after water change. Get them a little reactor, a little internal filter, reduce the flow, put some denitrate in, you've got a great product there for them. Matrix Carbon. Some people love the use of carbon. A little bit different, so it's a virgin carbon, which means it hasn't came from another industry, never been used, so good for fresh water or salt water. You're not worried about contaminants like copper and so on. It's the lowest leachable phosphate of any carbon on the market. So for anybody out there, any brands who tell you that carbon doesn't contain phosphate, you're not getting the total truth. It'll all contain it to some extent, but Matrix Carbon's had many studies done and it's the lowest leachable phosphate content of any that certainly has been tested on the marketplace. Phosguard, obviously a great product for removing not only phosphate but silicates. This is an aluminium based one rather than a granular ferric oxide. We do the GFOs as well, which you can probably see just out the picture here, but if you want something that's obviously going to work equally as well in freshwater or saltwater, then go for Phosguard. Very economical as far as how much you need to use for how much phosphate it's going to pull out, but it'll also pull out the silicates. So especially if you're using man-made rocks or you've got other issues going on where it's potentially feeding or fueling algae and so on, won't just do phosphate, will do silicates as well. Purigen, probably one of my favorites on the market. Purigen here, it's been around obviously for years, very concentrated for what you need. You can see it's very, very small beads, so if you can see that and make it out on the camera, you do need to put it in a Seachem bag. You can put it in tights and stuff, but obviously if you squeeze it up, it's going to end up all over your fish tank and end up as a snow globe. So buy a Seachem bag, or better still, if you can see it up the top there, buy one of the little pouches. The pouch there, 100ml, will treat a 400 litre aquarium, so you can put it in a tiny little tank or put it in a nice big tank and just replace it. That's in its own little pouch. How it works, it absorbs and removes dissolved organic compound, which is ultimately the stuff that's going to turn into that organic waste and increase the pollution in your tank. It absorbs into the little Purigen beads. The beads will change colour eventually over time. They'll go from this whitish colour to a very dark brown or black. When that happens, you know it's exhausted. You can either just replace it or you can recharge it, use it over and over again. Beautiful side effect of Purigen, it'll make your tank crystal clear, gin clear. It'll look like there's no water in the tank and the fish are just swimming in fresh air. But overall, it's going to help reduce the organics, reduce the waste levels, give you super clear aquariums. Honestly, guys, if you've never used it before, put it in a display tank, put it in a tank at home, and you'll understand just how good it is. Give it 24 hours in that tank and the tank will be sparkly clean. Ideally do it straight after a water change, so you've already reduced some organics down naturally, put the Purigen in, 24 hours later, see the difference, and you'll never stop using it. Get your customers on it, they're going to love the product, and that's it. If you start adding a couple of each of those sizes, quite easily there you've got another 10 SKU. That goes in, helps towards that bronze level. It helps take you from bronze towards a silver level and up over. And again, ultimately it's going to help you with sales, in-store products that you don't have to sell against. But also it'll help you with the extra discounts that you're going to get ongoing as you climb up that Seachem dealership level. Anyway, here it is now. Look forward to the next video. I'll either touch on some marine products or some planted products, and then we'll maybe touch on some specialty ones as well with another 4 or 5 products on each video. Thanks very much, guys. All the best.